So HoopsHype wrote an article saying the trade candidates for every single team in the league. And guess, of course, who they put for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The same guy that they put up all the time, even though at this point we would not trade him because he's playing so good. The only way we would trade him is if we were a first round exit and we realized that we've plateaued with Karl-Anthony Towns. So Karl-Anthony Towns is a big reason why Minnesota's had this hot start. Rival executives who spoke with HoopsHype have the same question. Will the Minnesota Timberwolves pay to keep this team together long term, given the looming luxury tax concerns? Or will they break it up and try to rebuild their draft cupboard with assets that they would get back for Karl-Anthony Towns? So before the season began, Minnesota wanted to take a good long look at this core, healthy, and see if continuity would make this team better. And their patience and belief have since been rewarded, and they're reaping the fruit of their patience, as Minnesota has no plans to make a significant roster change. Okay, so why is Karl-Anthony Towns listed as a potential trade candidate? You're asking that. Why are we talking about Karl-Anthony Towns as a potential trade candidate if I don't believe he's going to get traded? And even if this article says they don't believe he's going to get traded. The consensus among NBA executives, according to HoopsHype, is that if Minnesota loses in the first round of the playoffs for the third straight year, Karl-Anthony Towns would most likely be the member of the core that gets traded. Executives base this assertion on several factors. Anthony Edwards' emergence of being the face of the franchise, aka also an MVP candidate. Rudy Gobert returning to Defensive Player of the Year for him. Minnesota would never get back an equal return for what they paid to get him. Karl-Anthony Towns, how he's playing right now, would be the closest thing that they could get for him. While also Jaden McDaniels has developed into an all-defensive caliber player and is a rising young two-way wing in this league, which is one of the most coveted positions in the league. Now, executives have pointed that the New York Knicks are a team with enough young assets and draft picks to get a deal done and have a willingness to value Towns' massive contract extension going forward, meaning that the team that's most likely to be able to trade for Towns is the Knicks. And the Knicks also know that if they have Towns, that Donovan Mitchell more than likely might sign with the team through free agency because the Caps won't trade him. So trading for Towns this season would be much easier theoretically because his salary right now is $36 million, and if they wait to the offseason, they would have to match that salary, which becomes $52 this offseason, as it's the first year of the Supermax extension. While Minnesota's hot start has negated the logic of trading Towns now, this is a situation worth monitoring closer towards the end of the season, as Towns, Gobert, Edwards, and McDaniels are comprised to get collectively $190 million, as a big part of that $190 million salary bill that Alex Rodriguez and Mark Lore are going to have to pay.